Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Angel of Words podcast, where your stories are heard. Before we get started, don't forget to punch on that notification bell. Share. It's crucial. You could also follow me on all podcast platforms. For exclusive content, you can visit www.aowent.com. And for donations, visit Cash App AOWNYC. Now on deck on the Angel of Words podcast, all the way from Baltimore, Maryland, the founder of Pro Football Forensics, Mr. Don Lilley. Mr. Lilley, what's going on, my brother? How are you?
Man.
It's a pleasure to see you, man.
Long time coming, man.
Wow, brother. It has been a long time, and you have created something that has absolutely blown my mind, something I could use.
Yes, sir.
And by the way, I am dedicating this episode to my man Tyler, because I know how much you love sports gambling. That is our thing. So dedicated to you.
Gotcha.
And this man right here has created the oracle for football gambling.
Essentially.
Could you explain what is
I
Pro
could.
Football Forensics?
I could and I will. Before
All
I get
right.
started, officially want to give you, want to show the
Point
viewers.
it up to the camera so they
Let
can
me
see
show
that.
y'all
You
what we
hold that,
hooking
hold
up
that.
Angel
All right,
with
cool.
today,
You can-
man.
There you go, baby.
So this
Appreciate
here, first
you.
of all, this is from the Young Black Golfer family.
Man, we're going to get into that
we're
too.
gonna get into
God
that
knows how
too.
much I love to golf.
So
You know what? I'm going to throw this on right now. You can
Oh
continue,
yeah,
sir.
go ahead, do your thing, man. So what I'm giving you right there, it's 1 of 50. We're only making 50 of those.
What?
And so those are going to be our first debut hat, the YBG Origins, in that dark, midnight blue. With the YBG logo on it, man. So I had to come bless you here.
Sir, thank you.
Appreciate
this
you
is
having me on. You already know.
fire. Oh, man, I can't wait to hit the
Yeah,
links
you
with
already
this
know.
on. Ooh.
So we got the logo on the front with
Yeah.
the Young Black Golfer,
Check it out.
signage on the back.
Check it out. And by the way, the people that are listening at home, it's a navy blue snapback with the bilt bent down. It's like beautiful. It's like classy and urban at the same time. I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
it's the
Navy
new Rock
blue.
Nation
Yeah.
hat, man.
Yeah,
It's
it's
taking
gonna
over.
be definitely. Oh man, and Don is wearing one as well, correct?
Yeah.
All
So
right.
I just got to turn backwards, but it's the same thing. What y'all seeing on the front,
Yeah.
that's what's on the back. So
Beautiful, bro. It's a beautiful snapback, bro.
Thank
This
you,
is
man.
fire. Oh my
Thank
God. I can't wait to rock this. Everybody's gonna be like, yo, where'd you get that? It's beautiful, man. Wow.
Appreciate you.
So did you create this design? Like now we're just skipping off topic. Before we
did.
get to pro football, you did.
That's cool.
Yeah. You created this on your own, this design and everything?
So it's 3 of us currently, right?
Okay.
Me, another guy named Christian, and
Okay.
another guy named Joseph.
Okay.
And so when we first founded Young Black Golfers,
Yeah.
we were in the process. We came up with a couple of different designs.
Got you.
And then we tried to come up with the concept, something that we could actually explain, right?
Yeah.
And so if you actually take a look at the logo, it's an actual sundial
Yeah, I see that.
that's on the side with a
Yes.
golf bag, right? And so that sundial is really representing our time.
Okay.
It's our time. It's time for
Yeah.
blacks. It's time for the Latin community. It's
Yeah.
time for the minorities to really be able to have access to this sport like we've never had before.
It's expensive, Don, and we're gonna stay on this topic now that
Yeah.
we're here. You know
That's
what I mean?
cool. We can
and
figure-
for those
yeah,
that
you
want to
already
know
know.
about pro, you're gonna have to wait a little more. You know what I mean? It's all good. We'll get there. We'll
gotta
get
wait.
there. You know. But I love it because I'm gonna be honest. I got into golf because of Tiger Woods. He was the end all and be all for me. I looked
the
up
GOAT.
to that man. I got into golf because of that man. Like I didn't even know that New York City itself had beautiful golf courses up near Meshulah Parkway.
I got a player. I haven't yet.
Yeah, no. There's 2. There's one in Meshulah, and then there's another one that's a nine-hole golf course that's
Okay.
absolutely beautiful, manicured, insane. I felt like I was at Augusta.
Uh.
You know what I'm saying? Like it looked that good. I'm like, this is out here in New York, and it wasn't even that expensive. You know what I mean? Obviously, golf clubs cost you about $450
Right.
for a nice,
For a
little
nice
set.
set.
That's
Right.
I guess you could say consumer pro level.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? And I bought a set of golf clubs, and
Okay.
because me and my mans was like, yo, we got to learn how to play golf. And, we used to go up there to the Bronx and play. And, bro, we would be the only people our color, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, bro, and it's less than 3% of men right now, ever since Tiger's fallen off because of injuries and things of that nature, are interested in golf, bro. That's 3% of the country of minority men, bro. According to Pew Research Center, by the way, because, here on the Angel of Words podcast,
Yeah,
we don't
you
cap.
got to come with those stats,
We
right?
wear caps, we don't cap. You know what I'm saying?
Right, absolutely. So the DMV does have
Yeah.
a healthy mix of minority black golfers primarily. You know, you down there in Chocolate City in Washington, D.C.,
Okay.
Baltimore area. So you got a number of actual courses that you're pretty much going to see a lot of black folk there.
Okay.
And so, you know, we play a lot of golf down there.
Yeah.
And so we were thinking like, damn, you know, we getting it in. We need to be making something off of this. Like,
Yeah,
we
facts.
can't just be pouring in and not getting nothing out.
Facts.
And so we looked at the landscape out there, and there's really no one else that's kind of doing. We created our own lane.
Yeah.
Right. And so essentially what we did, we were like, yo, how can we differentiate ourselves from all these other, you know,
Yeah.
golf brands? These golf brands pop up every day, a new golf brand, right?
Yeah.
And so we were like, the thing that separates us from everybody else is our fellowship.
Okay.
It ain't just about a brand. It ain't just about selling hats. It's not just about, you know, taking pictures for IG or none of that.
Yeah, it's not a gimmick.
It's not a gimmick. Like,
There's
we got
a
genuine
movement.
fellowship.
Got you.
Like, we're networking. We're
Okay.
getting guys job opportunities from coming out and playing with us. We're fellowshipping, we're connecting, and then we're building off of that. And so initially we had maybe about 9 to 10 guys,
Okay.
right? And we got our own little private league internally
Okay.
with a group chat and all that. But then we started growing. And then it went from 10 to 20 to 30. And now we got a good 60 guys.
This is
in
a thing, man.
Yeah,
this is evolving.
yeah, it's a movement.
I want to be down.
Oh, yeah.
Can I be that? Can I be part of like
Oh,
the
yeah,
New
yeah,
York
absolutely.
faction? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I mean, we don't
I'll
have a
take
New
them
York
up-
club. So,
yeah. So you know, I'll take you guys up there to Mashula, bro, and we'll get it popping out there, baby.
So
You play best ball? I play best ball. I'm not that nice yet.
So we don't. I mean, it's highly competitive,
Oh,
right? So
I
I
bet.
mean,
Hey, man, I get better. Why not? You know?
yeah.
That's
I mean,
what it's
we
all
got
about.
money on the line.
Oh, nice.
Money on the line per hole. We're
Okay.
playing skins out there. So for
Okay.
those who don't know skins, it's basically you putting money on the amount of pars that you get, right? So we not
Gotcha.
Tiger out here.
Yeah.
We out here. I'll be happy if I break 100
Yeah.
on a given day.
Yeah.
But you know, if I come out with 4 pars and you got 3, I win the pot.
Got you.
So that's how skins work.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah.
That's
so, You know, we
fire.
playing skins.
Oh, no, I'm
dollar a hole.
getting
yeah.
down with that wave. I ain't that whack. I haven't played in a while, but I ain't that
It's
whack,
fun.
bro.
It's
Yeah.
fun.
I play baseball a lot, so my driving skills, I know how to keep the ball on the fairway.
Right.
It's the mid game that kills me because I could putt a little decent, but my mid game is dirt. Like, I don't know what irons to use to get it up on
And that's
up
key.
on the hill. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's key.
That's
And
my weakness.
I would say for anybody who's, again, I'm no golf pro, I'm no,
Yeah.
you know, teacher of the game.
Yeah.
But just in terms of somebody who wants to just get into it, and golf can be intimidating because you're like, damn, already I got to pay $45 to play.
Yeah.
It's 6 hours. I could get paired up with a random, and then you're coming out there and you know, especially if you never played, you might be a little timid to play with somebody
Yeah.
who really knows how to play.
Facts.
And so you go out there, forget all that. Learn how to putt first.
Yeah.
You know how to putt. That means anytime you get on the green, you hit a thing twice, you in the hole.
That's it.
After you learn how to putt, learn your short game.
Yep.
If you can get on the fairway 150 yards in and just learn that 150-yard
Yeah.
shot, you can play bogey golf.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's a science. It's an amateur science. To the
Yeah.
game.
There's a lot of physics involved, man.
Yeah.
You know, with
Absolutely.
golf. I love golf, man.
Yeah.
Wow. So you guys got together. You created now you have a network of like 60 guys.
Yep.
Now, is there like a membership fee to get into the group?
Not
Like,
yet.
how does
No.
that work?
No. So right now, essentially, we primarily started on IG. We have the YouTube
Yeah.
page. We have all those other things, but we've poured all our resources into IG because that's what stuck.
Yeah.
That's what continues to stick every day.
Okay.
So essentially, if
And
we
what's
have
the page? Let the folks know.
our
what the
IG page is at Young Black Golfers, all one word, Young Black Golfers with an S. Yeah, go ahead and follow us, lock in. Not only do we have an invitational that we do once a month,
Oh,
and so
that's
we pick a local spot out there, either in Prince George's County in Maryland, Baltimore, right around the DC metropolitan area. We find a course, everybody links up, you know, had the drinks on deck for people when
Yeah.
they arrive. We playing out there, have a good time. People have their fun. They have their libations, whatever you got, whatever you're into. Afterwards, we meet up at the pro shop afterwards.
Okay.
Have a couple cocktails, you know, have some brews, kick it, fellowship.
Yeah, it's a fraternity,
Yeah,
man,
man.
essentially, man.
It's a brotherhood.
Now, can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
Now,
yes, sir.
Are you ready? Are you renting the course that day?
No.
Because that's a lot of cats to be on a golf course. You know, you could hold up the thing, or so you're renting a certain amount of hours out.
Yeah. We just
I
go in there
bet.
saying like, hey, can we get 4 tee times? Can we get 5?
Got you.
And then we're filling them up.
Got
so
you.
right now, we're filling them. If we do an event next month, I guarantee you, we'll already have 3 tee times already full. So 3 tee times, you got 4 on each
Yeah,
time.
4 on each
That's
time.
12 people
Yeah.
already max. So now we're going from 12 to 16 to 24 to to 28.
Yeah, you're booking the day for these cats, bro.
Yeah, and pretty soon that's what it's
Yeah.
going to turn into.
Yeah.
So we're growing so that we can have that, scholarship foundation golf tournament at the end of the summer, give some money back to, kids that are trying to get into HBCUs or some of these disenfranchised communities that aren't able to get access to this stuff.
Man, that's beautiful, man.
Yeah,
that's
man.
awesome, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
I wish I would have had that. I'd probably been on the PGA Tour right now, my man. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody, man.
Yo, I'm telling you. Because we don't have access to these things.
Nah.
You don't grow up, in urban communities and low-income communities thinking about playing golf. You're just thinking about getting a job. Golf is the furthest thing from your mind, but golf is a great place to network. It's a great place to think, to get ideas, because it's like, you're driving around, you're waiting for other people, you're bonding with people, you're meeting people, you're getting to know people, you're really creating a brotherhood when you're on that golf course, bro.
It's
People
different.
don't understand. Being on that golf course is more than playing a game, bro. You're enjoying life. It's relaxing. You get to have really profound conversations with people. Like, man, like I remember talking about the podcast that before I created it.
Yeah.
Speaking about it with my best friend out in Austin, Texas, because I
Yep.
played in one of the golf courses out there when I was out there. He's like, yo, we definitely got to hit these courses. They fire out here. So
Yeah,
I'm
out
like,
in
I
Texas,
bet.
yeah.
So I'm like, I bet. So we went there. We're just having a great conversation, bro. Meeting new people. Everybody's excited. They don't see people like us on the golf course, and then we're not holding.
Right.
And they're thinking immediately you're gonna hold up the game, and we're not holding it up. You
Nah.
know what I'm saying? Like we know what we're doing.
Yeah, we
You
keep
know
it
what I'm saying?
pace.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I keep the pace, man, for sure. So
Yeah.
that's beautiful, and then you're giving to the community, man, which is great, man.
Yep.
That's fantastic, bro. Like,
Yep.
what made you want to do that, dude?
Man,
Because I know you love sports, and I know golf is something that did you grow up playing golf yourself?
No, I didn't.
All
So
right.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. So
All
the guys that also founded this brand, this group of people. So we all pledged Black Greek Letter Fraternity, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated.
All right,
So
shout out
that's-
to them.
Yeah, shout out to the Qs.
That's what's
so, that's where we all met each other.
Okay.
And so, that's part of our pillars, manhood, scholarship, perseverance, and uplift, giving back to the community, uplifting those around us, lifting as we climb. So with all that being said, we knew, I'm a hooper at heart.
Yeah.
Right. So as I'm getting older, a couple of knee
And
surgeries.
you're nice too. You're nice
No,
too.
I can
right?
hoop a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah,
I came out here.
yeah.
When I was
you
in
played
New
in
York,
high school. I remember you
I
telling
played
me.
in
Right?
high
Yeah.
school, right?
Yeah.
And I did the intramural thing in college,
Yeah.
but I dropped some buckets off in Queens when
That's
I was
a
living
fact. Yeah, I
on
remember
Jamaica
you telling
Ave,
me
you feel
busting
me?
some cat's ass out there. That's a fact.
Yeah, so I had 2 knee surgeries, and
Okay.
I was like, damn, I can't do this no
Yeah.
more. So I had to,
ACL situation.
not ACL, but so I had an osteo defect where they had to clean up all that cartilage in there. It was
got
just
you.
shredded.
Okay.
You feel me? So
The wear and tear.
and I couldn't do it anymore. So I was like, man, I need something to keep these competitive juices flowing. 'Cause
Got you. Yeah.
I got to do something,
Yeah.
I
You got
can't-
that itch.
You can't hoop, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? People ain't really out there playing pickup football games,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
That's
so
a fact. Yeah.
what
It's
can
not
I
like back
do?
when we was younger. You
Right.
know what I mean?
You know what I mean? We're not kids no more. So
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I need something to keep this going. And so I was like, all right, went out to a bachelor party out in Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
And the bachelor at the time, he was like, yeah, we're playing 2 rounds of 18. I'm like, I don't know about golf. Like,
Yeah.
I'm about to find out.
Yeah.
Got in the cart, loved it.
Okay.
After the whole day, I was
Yeah.
like, I'm going home, I'm getting clubs. I'm about to learn this
Yeah,
game.
that's the same
It
way I
changed.
was. Yeah. And you know what's so crazy? Modell's was having a sale because they were going out of business.
Oh,
So I
yeah,
got my
I remember
clubs,
that.
bro, for
Right.
like $175, bro. Official, bro. Official.
a full
bro.
bag.
Full bag, bro. Full bag, bro.
Uh.
And I bought the sleeves for the
Yup.
clubs at the top. You already
Yup.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta stay with the accessories,
Yeah, that's
man.
a fact. You
know?
gotta have the accessories too, bro. Yeah, no, it's fire.
But so that's part of it, right? So
Yeah.
you have the actual game of golf, you
Yeah.
know, then you have the actual golf lifestyle, and it's a whole community of, comical content, memes, everything. Like, it's a whole lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's a whole different genre of life
Yeah.
once you're into golf. You feel me?
Yeah.
And for me personally, it does a lot of things for me, right? So, I love the family, but every man needs a couple minutes away from the family, right?
Yeah.
Golf achieves that.
Yes.
From a business perspective, I've had a lot of business conversations on the golf course. That's where the money is made.
That's a fact.
They said that at a young age. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, whatever. People
Yeah.
are cutting business deals
Yeah.
on the golf courses every day, B.
Mm-hmm.
And then, just lastly, again,
Wow.
being able to do something competitive
Yeah.
and still that's not going to put a hurting on your knees. You can walk the course and still get your exercise in. So to me, it has multi-dimensional benefits, man.
Yo, golf is nuts, man.
Yeah.
Seriously, bro. That walk, man, and you're thinking, and you're like, yo, I gotta get this on the hill, baby. I gotta get that on the, on the green, man. Like, and you're like, how I'm gonna do this with, it's just like I love the thinking and the competitive banter that goes on, because if people get in your head, you're gonna hit that shit in the trees.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And people out there, it's beautiful.
And we talking crazy shit out there.
Yeah, I know, man. But it's all love. You know what I'm saying? It's all love, and like you said, like unfortunately with the contact sports and the over cardio sports, there's a lot of wear and tear, and a lot of cats get injured, and you do have that itch, and you need to be competitive. So anybody that was competitive and they have a little bit of bread lying around, get yourself some golf clubs, man. In New York City, up in Moshulu Parkway, up in the Bronx, everybody, the Bronx is fire, bro. They got all the cool stuff out there you wouldn't even know. 2 beautiful golf courses up there, and they cheap. It's like $25 for tee time.
Yeah, that's about I would say municipal executive course. That's how
exactly.
That's the average cost.
Yeah. So and there's nobody there.
Right.
And the best time to go is like right when the fall is ending and right when the spring is starting, because it's still a little bit chilly and you don't know what the weather's going to be on a day-to-day basis. So if you're off like on a Wednesday and your peeps want to go play, you in there, nobody's going to be there. And then you could take your time to really learn if you're anxious about holding people back and things of that nature. But I'm glad you guys are doing it. I think it's a great thing for the community, Don. That's really fire, bro.
Appreciate that, man.
That's what's up. Shout out to you and all your fellas out there. Thank you for the hat, bro. This is beautiful. I'm definitely going to wear this the first time I go out and play in the Bronx up here,
man,
bro. I appreciate
that's love,
you,
man.
brother.
And
Seriously.
just so y'all know, so again, we're growing it. Again, that's at Young Black Golfers.
Yes.
Follow the page. I'd love to do something out here in New York.
Yes. I mean, bro, we could do a whole Angel of Words Entertainment presents the Young Black Golfers, and we'll do a whole event. Why not? We could do whatever we want. It's our life.
That'd be super dope.
You know what I mean? Trust me, bro. I have the vision, and we'll make it happen.
I'm with you on that.
Definitely, we'll talk about it after the podcast. And now, Tyler, I know you've been waiting. Now we're going to talk about pro football forensics, which started as hip hop and home runs.
Yeah.
So could you, exactly, just go into it, baby. Let us know what it's all about.
So let me take them back to,
all right,
because part of this journey will let y'all know how I even ran into Angel, because it's just crazy how everything worked out, right? So boom, got it. So right out of college, went to University of Delaware. Right after school, had got a traveling job, crazy traveling job type, where basically every week, manager will post your location in an email. So essentially, you don't know where you're going every week, and Tuesday you would receive an email and it would be like, Donald Lilley, Hawaii. 2 weeks.
And this is in IT?
This was in IT.
Okay.
So, I've been in IT my whole career. Been there
Gotcha.
about 12 years. And so that's where I started out. And so I was traveling all over the country for about 3 years. And then on my way back from California one day, I meet these 2 guys that I used to train, like from an IT perspective with my old company.
Gotcha.
And they were like, we were in the airport. I passed through Philly, connecting back to BWI in Baltimore. And they were like, oh, Don, what's going on? Come over here. Let us treat you to some dinner. So I called up to them, and they were like, hey, we want to show you something. So they started, ordering stuff off these iPads. I'm like, what's this all about? I never seen this. They were like, this is the new technology where you're able to be in the airport and order stuff, and it goes to your seat, from whatever restaurant you want. So I'm like, yo, this is dope. They were like, yo, come to New York. So I'm like, bet.
Yeah.
So they put me out in LaGuardia. Next thing you know, I run into Angel.
Yo, facts.
That's exactly how it happened. I ran into Angel, same type of enthusiasm, same type of energy I had. He was working the bar at the time. I'm like, yo, Angel, what's cracking? He's like, oh, you talk sports? I talk sports. We used to cut it up on a weekly basis.
Yeah, man. And, Don couldn't be really like there, because we had a humongous network of iPads. It's like Don was really not allowed to be stationary at one location shooting the shit with people. He had
exactly. I was on the move.
Take care of. But, it's one of those things where you couldn't stop. When you meet someone that knows about their sport, we're not talking about irrational and they know they're a casual fan. You know a fan that's played it, that's analyzed it, and I was the sports editor at Blue Magazine at that time. So it's like we knew what we were talking about, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? I knew Don instantly. I knew this guy was a sports head, man.
Right.
And it was great talking to you. Thank you for those days, man. I cherished them, bro.
Great memories, man. So, working in the airport, especially out of New York, we ran into athletes and celebrities all the time.
All day,
I can't
every
even think.
day.
I done met Shaq. I met Ricky Smiley, Marcus Smart, like
Ed Reed.
Ed Reed came through. Yo, that's crazy. So yeah, me and Angel sat down with Ed Reed, rapped to him for a while, connected through social media. But say all that to say, I was working at the airport, putting in them 10 to 12 hours a day. And then when I was getting home to my spot in Queens that night, I was like, man, this city is inspirational. I can't just go to sleep now. I gotta find something.
Yeah.
And so I started picking up, I've always been a writer. That's always been my first love is writing. So I used to write a lot of articles, used to write poems, used to write raps, all that stuff. So started writing sports articles. And I didn't want to do the generic, shout out to ESPN, shout out to Fox and all them, but I didn't want to do the generic, hey, just covering this person had 15 points. Nah, I was like, yo, let's talk about some real shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I started talking about stuff that was happening off the field that was carrying on the field. So you remember the stuff that went down with Joe Mixon when he was in college.
Yes.
You remember, I wrote an article about the dichotomy of the black quarterback.
There you go.
Where I was talking about how, black quarterbacks don't get free money. It's hard. Basically, we're not allowed to be backup quarterbacks.
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
when do you see that?
If
Still
you've never noticed that.
Yeah, of course, never. Who's a black backup quarterback? I mean, Teddy
Tyrod,
Bridgewater
maybe, right,
recently.
Teddy, right.
You know what I'm saying?
You can name 5. You can count them all on
one hand. Yeah. They don't stick around. They're not third string. Like, if you black, you better be playing or it's quiet for you. I mean, that's what it seems like in the not for long league. With all due respect, you know what I mean? I love the NFL, but, there's something strange going on there, just saying.
Come on. But the Tim Couches, the Ryan Leafs, the other busts, they can find backup jobs. The Ryan Fitzpatricks. If you look at their statistics over a span of time, it just doesn't make sense.
Bro, Ryan Fitzpatrick is starting now for Washington.
Still getting money.
You in the DMV, my man.
What you got to see? What else do we got to see from Fitzpatrick? What else do we got? We know where he is.
I don't know how he has a starting gig in the NFL. I just don't understand it.
But Cap is still out. That's a whole nother topic.
Oh, yeah, but you already know. Cap is on some next level stuff, man. Yeah. Now he's like a activist.
He's past that, right.
So it's like it's over, man. Like, I wouldn't even want to go back because he was right. It's like, how can you go back to someone when you told them you was right the whole time and they were treating you like dirt or you felt they were treating you like dirt? Like, I wouldn't go back to that.
Right.
I'm done playing. That's it.
Just like in my career. If I left a gig, I'm not going back.
No, that's a fact, bro. You don't go back. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. I mean, so I don't blame him at all, but, they did him dirty, bro. That's unfortunate, but,
Right.
So I'm glad. So you had you were writing introspective articles.
I was writing
the
articles.
Nature. Okay.
And then I would say, so that was in 2014. Later on that season in the fall, I would say week 15. I'm here in Queens watching the game. I think I had the Jets on. I had a card. So I was playing the Delaware parlays. Delaware was the only place that you could go really relatively on the East Coast outside of Atlantic City area that you can actually put in parlay cards or sports betting cards.
Yeah, exactly. So if for y'all that don't know, sports betting here in the tri-state area, especially in New York, is a relatively new thing.
Yes.
I think they just passed a law that allows us to gamble probably last year.
New York
or
and Maryland all just got passed, so they're implementing them now this year.
So it's brand
new.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, you can only gamble in AC.
I'm here to take that
market. My man was
from
not playing. You already know. On that wave ASAP. Wow.
ASAP. So week 15 came around. And I'm looking at my ticket that I had placed, and I'm like, okay, check. It's 15 games every week because you have one bye game. Week 1, you have 16 games. And so I'm looking. I got 14 games. I got 13. I got 14. I'm like, oh, shoot. So if you hit all 15, that's $100K.
Yeah.
$5 get you $100,000.
Yeah.
So I'm looking. I got 13 picks so far. Still got Monday Night Football. I'm going to tell you. So,
what was the game? What was the game on Monday night? And what was the bet?
The Monday night game was the Raiders. The Raiders covered. I was good with them.
Okay.
The game that killed me was it was a 425 game. Texans at Colts. Texans were a 6-point underdog.
Okay.
And they lost 24-18. They lost by exactly 6 points.
And what was the spread?
It was 6, but it had to be. But you can't. So
you can't push.
Yeah, you can't push for the 100K.
You gotta win. Yeah,
you gotta win.
Yeah. Damn, son.
100K, just like that.
Oh my God, I would have been sick.
Andrew Luck killed me.
Oh,
it was
man.
Andrew Luck. I need that 100K.
Yo,
go ahead and slide me that. Because first of all, I know you got that paycheck from the Colts too before you retire. So go ahead and slide me that 100K, man. It's nothing to you.
And he's probably been quarantined for a while, not spending money. So
right.
he has to lie around, G.
So that changed everything for me because I realized, all right, if I'm putting this work in, and I was using some statistics, but it wasn't to where I have it at now.
Okay.
Right. And
so where were you mining your statistics at initially when you made that initial parlay that you missed on the Texans?
So there were a couple of different. So I don't want to give away all my secrets, but I will say that there's some actual databases that are available on the internet that have stats, and you can actually run queries to get different type of stats that you're looking for.
Okay, because my thing is like, because, you know, when you gamble, I'm a OD psychological guy, right? So
Right.
what I do is when I'm watching SportsCenter, they'll drop jewels like, oh, right, this team is 0-12 on the road, like, you know, on the weekends type of stuff. Like those little things, like when they drop those things, I'm like, hold up, like, word, I'm betting against them. Even though the team might be a huge underdog, I'm like, yo, they might just play well there, you know, so they might
Right.
cover. You know what I mean? Like those little you know, the Yankees are 7-2 in day games on Saturdays. I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm betting on the Yankees on a Saturday day game because more than likely they're gonna cover me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's the type. So is that the type of stuff
So
you be looking for?
you just named it exactly.
There
So
you
that
go,
those
baby.
Sports Center gems that you're talking about, basically I consolidate them for each game. So Sports Center gives you one, and they'll give it to you like on a Saturday night before the game. Like, oh yeah, you know, when Tom Brady plays this person, he's 8-1 against the spread. Except I'm giving you 15 of those for every game.
For every game,
For every game,
bro.
and that's just one tab. That's just one tab of the app. So hold up, I'm about to take you there.
No, go ahead, baby.
So
Yeah,
I'm gonna take you there.
yeah,
So
yeah,
look,
yeah.
right. So after that 100K ticket, and I started getting heavy in the game, and I changed from all right. I don't. It's not that I don't have the love to write the articles anymore, but I'm seeing this, and this could be special. This whole other parlay aspect of things, and so I started really. I started doing it on the low, just with family and friends. Like, hey, I can do your ticket and build your parlay ticket out, or build your, you know, your wager out for you. And how about let's do this? You give me the amount of money that you want to invest. Because I was saying this is all financial, right? The stock market is what? People taking chances. You giving your money into the market, you watching it build and grow. Well, you can do the same thing with sports. They call it sports consulting. So you give me your money, how much you want to work with. We can work with 20, we can work with 50, I can work with a stack. You give it, my recommendation was 100. You give me $100, I can either try to flip that for you and just give you 200 back, or we can try to build a financial strategy over 5, 6, 7 weeks, and we could try to build it to whatever your goals are. And that's what changed things. Because then it was just too much for me to handle. It was too many people hitting me up like, oh, I heard about you. Oh, you just won 5,000 off a $2 bet. How is that possible? And I'm like, come follow me.
Continue speaking, sir.
You feel me?
Please.
And so,
I'm done. I'm just listening now.
So this is what happened. So after all that, I was like, all right, I got to find a way to scale this, because I'm putting up way too much work. And on top of the fact I'm still working at 8 to 5, you know, full time IT.
That's what I'm saying, Dom. That's a lot of
too
mining,
much.
bro.
It was too much.
Because you're on those databases probably heavy, bro, looking for insider information. You know what I'm saying? You're not really insider information, but looking for public information that'll help you get an inside
Looking
track.
for an edge.
Exactly.
You feel me? And so I was doing that when football season comes around from August to February. I'm swamped. It's almost like, yo, vacation in the off season.
Yeah.
That's my season. And so so from there,
And you're only doing football right now.
I'm only doing football,
Okay.
right? It could be potential to grow into basketball,
I mean, it
and
will.
MLB and stuff.
It
You know,
will.
you already know.
It will.
But yeah, so football is a thing that I feel like I've mastered the data from it.
Yeah.
And so from there, I wanted to scale it out. So what I did in 2019, I went back to the University of Delaware, and I was like, you know what? I want to start an internship program with the Alfred Lerner School of Business. And I interviewed candidates that were specifically studying data and analytics. And what I was trying to find was, can we use specific programs that you guys use in your regular data and analytical classes to apply to pro football? And so I worked with a number of different kids, started working on regression analysis, all different types, standard deviation, and really getting stats that you would not normally get if you just search ESPN.com. or NFL.com. You're not getting this type of stuff.
Wow.
Like, you're getting graphical representations of this is what this player does when he's on the field versus this type of team. And so I hired a kid, and he worked for me the whole season of 2019. Then the pandemic kind of came. That shut things down. Now I got another intern for this season. And so what I did was I created an app. I said, I'm not doing the whole, mom and pop, hey, I'm going to hook you up. Give me $100. Let me flip. I said, nah, we're going to turn this into a business now. And so
so you created the app yourself. You coded it, all that stuff was
I
done by
didn't
you?
code it. No, I hired a developer.
Okay.
And so we worked closely together. I built out all the screens, designed them aesthetically, how I wanted to build the functionality, wrote it all out from that standpoint.
Got you.
And then got with the coder and outsourced the coding for it.
Got you.
And so, so this app is going to be available August 1st in both Apple and the Droid store.
Oh my
Or
God!
Google Play Store.
Right before the training camp
Right
starts.
before training camp,
That's
baby.
it, baby. Oh my God! All right, so this is like quantitative analysis, bro.
This is
huge. Quant analysis for gambling on football.
So this is the app.
I'm getting
so
goosebumps
I'm gonna break
right
down
now.
the app. So
yeah, go ahead, baby. Yeah.
Essentially, this is what you download the app, right? And so you'll have a welcome screen that gives you all the knowledge. Hey, this is what each of these tabs do. Your first tab is what I call the artificial intelligence simulator. That's my proprietary equation that I worked on with these kids from University of Delaware.
And is it patent pending, or you have the patent for that?
No, it's not. Well, it's not a functional patent because it's an equation that I built up. You won't be able to get it unless you hack into my computer or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, you already know from the IT perspective. You already know how I got it. Like, you going through 3 firewalls, man.
Man,
you ain't getting that thing,
baby. Have a nice day.
No, that's
trying
a
to
wrap.
get in there.
You ain't getting that. So I have this, this proprietary equation, which basically I input 2 teams, and out of those 2 teams, it gives me a number. The number is never a whole number. It's always a decimal. And so, for example, let's say our very first game, my Dallas Cowboys, I'm a Cowboys fan, but I don't let the fandom ever get in the way of the calculations.
I mean, my brother, you're here right now. I'm the Uber Giant fan, so there you go.
Yeah. Hey, I'll bet against those I'll fade the Cowboys in a hot second. I'm telling you right now. So, all right, we got Tampa Bay and Dallas week 1 or season opener. Let's say, and again, these aren't the numbers because the teams, we don't even know who's going to be on the team.
It's all hypothetical
and all
right
that,
now.
right? So we put in Tampa Bay, we put in Dallas. Let's say that the equation spits out a number such as 6.3 to Tampa Bay. What that means is that there is a higher probability that Tampa Bay Bucks will beat the Cowboys by at least 6.3 points or more. Okay? So that's the simulation tab. Then we go to the trends and analysis, which is what we were talking about. I'm giving you full bullet points that ESPN is giving you for 1 a week. I'm giving you 15 of those every week for every game.
Wow.
Stuff that you're not even thinking about, like, hey, when Dak plays on Pacific Standard Time, he hasn't scored over 27 points. You wouldn't know that type of stuff.
Bro, and I look for that. I'm the type of guy that looks for those. That's the edge I look for, because those are things that are I don't even. It's like metaphysical, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, can we get that? Because you can analyze anything. Everything is math.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But can we get that down? And you're doing that.
This is a puzzle that can be solved.
Exactly.
So what I'm doing, and there's 1,000 handicappers on IG. There's 1,000 people who call themselves sports consultants. I'm forecasting NFL games. Let that sit in. I'm forecasting the results of NFL games. I'm basically with a high accuracy over the past years, I've predicted at an accuracy above 82.5%.
That is insane.
Come on, cuz.
Can people actually find these stats on you?
Yeah, if they go back to hip hop,
because people are gonna be like, "Yo, come on, this guy's talking a lot of hot shit right now." Like, with all due respect, it's part of my French, but you know what I mean. Like, come on, bro, 82.5. Come on, brother, 82.5%, bro. You could be rich in no time.
So there's a couple of so you would have to talk to some of my followers. You'd have to go to my other page, Hip Hop and Home Runs, which actually shows all the tickets.
Okay, you have those tickets on deck.
Yeah, the tickets are on deck. Yeah.
All right.
And actually, if you go follow right now at Pro Football Forensics, that's the new page. You'll see wins and losses. So that's another thing, right? So I have a segment called Cappers versus Capping. Because a lot of these people will come on.
And that's on your IG?
That's on my IG at Pro Football Forensics.
I love that.
So Cappers versus Capping, new segment I'm starting. So I started on IG. I'm going to be having it on YouTube as well. And I'm going to have a Patreon account once the season starts, because going back to the app real quick. So what you're going to get in the free version of the app, you're going to get access to the algorithm tab. You're going to get access to the trends and analysis tab. There's another tab called FBSE. That stands for Football Stock Exchange. It's going to have a ticker of our major sports books with their current spread going across, just like the New York Stock Exchange ticker.
Got you.
And so you'll have that going across, and then you'll have a graph that shows how the line has moved for each game. People are like, well, why does that matter? Well, I'm going to break down the science of why a graph looks like that. If it looks like this, that means the public are betting on a particular, favorite or underdog, or something may have happened off the field that people don't know. Domestic violence charge that is pending could put somebody out. Or, hey, this person fell down the steps. It hasn't been reported yet. There's an injury. spreads are impacted all the time
All
by
the
a
time
number
by
of different
that, yeah.
things. So you have to be plugged in. And you can't just be plugged in with the stats because, again, there's things that you just can't account for. Home field advantage was taken out once COVID came and you don't have fans in the stands. Home field advantage, I took that stat out of the equation because it no longer played an impact.
Yeah.
You feel me? So you have to stay on top of the game, and it's so dynamic. It's always changing. And so you have this tab, and then the last tab is what's called On the House. So On the House is basically me combining all of these different statistics and modules of information that we've already gathered, and then I'm giving you what I actually believe. So that's me actually being a handicapper now saying, hey, based on all of this, this is what I would do.
Yeah.
But the difference between me and your bookie and all these other people is that I'm giving you guys access to the book yourself. Here's what you need to know about the game. Here's all the stats and all the data. I'm telling you who I would pick, but in case you disagree with me, this is what I'm referencing. So if you want to know why I'm getting to this point, this is all here. You can make your own selection. Forget your bookie.
Bro, and who's helping you mine all this information? The interns
So
and
again,
stuff like that?
I have an intern right now.
You're going to need a few, my brother, man.
Yeah, it's going to grow. It's going to grow.
Yeah.
You already know.
Yeah.
You already know.
Wow, man. That must be nuts, bro. That's
Yeah.
such an intense process. And what kind of equipment are you using for this, bro? You must have like a million computers or something, man.
Now, I saw, from
Yeah.
just being in IT, I don't collect,
Yeah.
I got the Surface Pro.
Yeah.
I got the MacBook and all of that. But
Yeah.
it's really not so much the computer, the CPU power that I
Okay.
need. It's again, it just comes down to the actual software.
Okay.
Some of these college interns have access to stuff that might cost me $1,500
Yeah.
to buy that software that they
Got
get
you.
for free because they're in the
Got you.
program.
Wow.
And so that's why I kind of have a competitive advantage over. That's why a small group, a team of one can do things like this because I'm outsourcing certain things.
Got you.
So, and yeah, so with that app, I want to take the show on the road. So I want to use the app. Is going to give you my actual predictions and forecasting the games, but then I'm going to give you more exclusive content, such as what I believe the scores will be. That's a whole different ball game.
My
Knowing
God.
the over and unders.
My brother, that's everything right there.
So I'm doing that through Patreon. So
Got
people
you.
are going to go to my Patreon /Pro Football Forensics. You're going to sign up. I have different tiers. So my main tier, which is going to be $10 a month, is going to give you access. Every week I'm going to have a show Saturday night where I'm going to give you the full score, the full breakdown. And it's going to give you an opportunity for you to ask me questions about the games.
Wow.
Fantasy football, same thing. So another thing is with the algorithm, one thing that the algorithm uses is it highlights statistical categories that are going to be, I would consider, that are going to play an impact on the game. It could be special teams. It could be offensive line. It shows me each week. And so I look and I say, okay, what are my key indicators this week? Defensive back versus offensive coordinator. And I'm able to look at those values and I'm able to say, okay, if this offensive coordinator is predicted to have a good play calling game, who are the players under that offensive coordinator for that team? Those are going to be your fantasy breakout stars for that week. See, when I got into this, I wasn't even trying to do the fantasy thing.
Yeah.
And then once the alpha prototype came out, I had some people test the app, and they said, well, can't you just put your fantasy football stats in here too? And it was like,
There you go. Another revenue stream right there, man.
That's crazy. So I just added the
Because
fantasy
there's a lot of
football.
money there. Come on, there's leagues that's like
Yeah.
50 grand, 100 grand, even
Big
$1 million. You know what I mean?
Big money.
Yo, my God. The fantasy people are going to be coming to you probably before anybody else, more than the gamblers probably will.
So if you are signing up for the premium version.
And how much is the premium version going to be?
So the premium version is $39.99 per month, or you can buy it for the whole season for $100. It's just, you might as well just do it for the $100. Because first of all, if you're actually in the gambling world, you probably spending $100 a week anyway, just putting your money out there.
Facts. They're not going to spare expense.
Yeah.
People want to win.
People want
to win. You know what I mean? Not everybody. How do you say that? Human beings are made to be competitive. You know, we're
Right.
competitive, and and some of us, don't have athletic ability, so we live vicariously through sports gambling.
Right.
And when you have this app that you can literally get all the information you want before you make a decision, I would pay whatever it took to have
100
that
is light.
information, bro. because I'm literally on. When I do have the time,
Right.
I'm literally there writing stuff down that is valid information.
Right.
Basically doing my own mining, but I don't have access to all this information you're giving me.
Right.
Bro, I would probably kill the game if I had that information, bro.
Well, now you do.
Oh my God.
August
1st. The launch of Pro Football Forensics. My God. Are you scared of Vegas coming for you in Atlantic City and all these big time people? Because man, black folks do something like this, then they want to come down on you, bro.
And
you
they
get
go
scared?
Nah, actually, so what I anticipate to happen, because right now, like we just talked about, it's not sports betting overall is not heavy on the East Coast. It's heavy from an illegal, under the table standpoint.
Yeah.
People have these apps. Everybody has a guy out in Vegas that they're doing, some type of betting through, or have an app on their phone or a website that people don't know about. But actually being able to go to the corner store and put in a ticket, that's coming soon.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure that I have the East Coast market. And so me being that top capper over here on the East Coast, I ain't worried about those guys in Vegas.
Gotcha.
Because if there's 1,000 of those guys in Vegas and there's only one of me over here.
Wow.
There's only one. So I eventually what's going to happen is, I'll be taking some trips out to Vegas. I do think that I'm going to be, a guest or brought in the loop. It would be great to be sponsored by one of those big casinos, MGM Grand, William Hill, Boyd Gaming. Yeah, it would be nice. And there's opportunities within the app. I'll even show you the app after the show. If there's opportunities already for them to say, hey, I would like to have some branding spots on your app or things of that nature. But I'm going to hold off all the way until August, and see.
Well, I mean, and also, are you going to put testimonials up and stuff of that nature on the website so people know what's going on?
All that will be on the IG. And then when you first actually open the app, there's like a welcome video. That welcome video not only tells you how to go through the app and navigate through it, but that's where it would be an opportunity to have testimonials as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is going to be crazy, bro.
It's going to be a game
Well,
changer.
I'm definitely going to subscribe, bro. Because I'm like, I'm tired of thinking, bro. Let me just see what's going on.
Right.
It's like having that information is like, wow, bro. Thank you for putting in that hard work.
Right.
For putting in that legwork, bro. For seeing a vision for us that have been struggling to hit that final one. Because it's all, when you do parlays 6, 7 bets, because I grew up in East Harlem. We had the Italianos out there with the little sports gambling ticket, right? And you could win some major chicken, but you had to bet 8 games,
right?
And
I would none wrong.
Yeah, and I would always come up short 1 or 2 games, and it would drive me crazy because I'm like, I could do this, but I wish I had a little bit more information on the circumstance, because somebody would get hurt and I didn't know that they were hurt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't get to read the injury report. I didn't have an app available to me that I could read and find out what's going on before I place my bets. And you made that happen?
Right.
Well, congratulations, my brother. That's amazing, man.
And
that is insane. My dad is gonna be stoked right now, bro.
Right. So
real.
now it's just about marketing and just getting it out there and letting people know
definitely.
about what we're doing. And again, like I said, it's going to be available both on iOS and the Google Play Store. And considering making it available on the iPad, not yet, but right now we're just going to focus on the mobile devices for the initial launch.
Okay.
And then what I would really like to do here, once we get closer to the season, I would love to have a live show out here in the city.
Oh, man. Can I host it? I would love to host it, bro.
Say less.
For real. Let me
Say
host
less.
it, bro.
Say
That would
less.
be crazy.
A live show.
A live show.
Like during like a brunch type situation.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
had the vibes out there,
Yeah.
us talking sports, talking specifically about the games and giving a breakdown. And I would have that live streaming for the Patreon viewers so they could see what I'm going to give them actually every week.
Bro, Don, and let me tell you something, bro. What you're doing, you're a unicorn. This has been the season of unicorns here on the Angel of Words podcast. Because, less than 3% of African-American males and Latino males are in tech itself.
Yeah.
Let alone
blank,
with the gambling situation. That's all run by, white people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With all due respect and congratulations to you. But, we want to eat too. We love this stuff too. You know what I mean? It's part of Americana and so are we. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just so proud of you, man. Like,
appreciate it, man.
As a young black entrepreneur, I'm sitting next to a guy that's going to change the face of gambling on sports for the rest of eternity, bro.
I hope so, man.
Like, for real. I mean, like what you're saying, if you really if this really happens, bro, you just change the game, man. I mean, I know you know that, but wow.
Right.
And it's like, bro, no, we're not even in this space.
Nah.
And look at what we're doing.
That's what I'm saying.
Invest in us, man. Put the money in the communities, bro.
Got to.
There's brains everywhere, man.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? And I love what you're doing, man. How do your parents feel about what you're doing right now?
They're good.
Are they against
supporting
it?
No. They support it, and that's part of it is education, right?
Gotcha.
So one thing that I'm actually coming out with, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
So my YouTube channel, the YouTube is going to be based on what I came up with, which is called Spread State University.
Okay.
So literally SSU is going to stand for Spread State University, where I'm teaching about what sports gambling is. It's kind of like that dark cloud that, weed had over it for a couple years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like where it was, I guess, had that asterisk where, people had that negative view, and the next thing you know, it's legalized everywhere. And now you see the teachers that used to yell at you about it. Now they're out there smoking joints on the corner.
Yeah.
I say all that to say sports gambling is going to have a similar journey, right? Whereas right now it has that dark cloud of like, oh, that's bad, it's illegal, and oh, you must be in the criminal. Nah, it has nothing to do with that. If you think sports gambling is bad, then you must think the stock market is bad.
Yeah.
You must think that's corrupt as well then, because it's the same exact thing. You're taking money and you're trying to forecast what is going to be good and what is going to be bad, what's going up and what's going down. That's all you're doing. And all I'm doing is giving it to you in an organized format, saying, hey, take your money here. I'm giving you the Reuters I'm giving you the Bloomberg magazine for sports gambling.
Wow.
And saying, hey, just read my material and make a smart investment.
Yeah.
I ain't telling you to just, hey, week 1, go to the bank, take out 10 bands.
Yeah.
And I'm not telling you to do that.
Put the house on the line.
Nah.
And I think that's where the stigma comes from, man. A lot of people can't control their addiction, but it's like anything else, man. If you can't control anything, it is.
Right.
Your greed for money, your eating habits, it's going to kill you.
It's going to kill you.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with sports gambling. Just do it, and know that you can handle it. But
Right.
I also feel like what you're doing helps people, will help people maintain some sort of stability. Like they you know what I mean? Like that addiction now becomes less than an addiction, more of a science, if you will.
Correct. Because another thing is, again, I don't promote that I offer consulting services, but if you DM me in the future, I think that I will allow an opportunity, because again, it's about educating our people.
Yeah.
Right now, I think the statistic is less than, I want to say 48% of the people, period, have money in the stock market. Mm-hmm. Well, that's crazy. That's free money out there.
That's a fact.
That's free money. Why don't, and that number's even less for our people.
Yeah,
people of color
definitely.
don't have anything.
It's less than 26%. I actually read that stat the other day while I was online, because I went to go join Robinhood.
Okay.
Right, because I'm like, yo, hold up. Like, what are we doing in life? Like,
right.
Robinhood is popping. Like, now, when they stopped GameStop, when they stopped them from doing that, I'm like, yo, hold up. Something ain't right, and I got to get on this, because because people are going to start breaking down the foundations of what is termed normal stock exchange behavior.
Right.
And if this is what they're doing, I'm all about this now.
Right.
Because they're literally breaking it down too. Like you could do research on certain stocks on Robinhood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I love that about Robinhood. I was like, you know what? Let me get on there, and I joined the stock exchange, and now I'm no longer part of that 26%.
But if you ask, Anthony on 142nd Street, hey, you got a Robinhood account? He probably doesn't.
No.
So, but this is my thing though.
Yeah.
When the opportunity for people to go into the bodega and to go into the gas stations and the casinos to play sports bets out here in New York, out here in Maryland are official, and you're seeing them they're going to need knowledge to go somewhere.
Yes.
Cool. You don't feel comfortable going to the stock market? Come holler at me.
Yeah.
You don't need $1,000 to put on stock. How much do you have to work with? You got $40? All right, let's work with that. I can tell you how we can grow this 40 to 400. It might take 4 weeks.
Yeah.
But there's a strategy that we can implement.
But the return on your investment,
40 to 400. Yeah.
Come on,
you heard
in
that.
4 weeks.
That's easy. That's easy.
That's like that's like 800%. Your money just grew.
Yeah. So I mean, during the season, yeah. I mean, on a per basis week, I'm expecting returns of at least I should be making on average at least 500 a week. And that's just, again, I'm not I got a family to feed.
Yeah.
So I'm not out there. I'm not one of these, what they call whale bettors, right?
Yeah.
These whale bettors that are dropping 150,000 on the Clippers money line. That's not me. I'm a guy who's going to say, okay, let's take $50. Let's spread it in a number of different.
You're diversifying the bets.
And let's diversify your portfolio.
There you go,
This
baby.
is a real stock market.
Hello. Oh,
Like,
my
there's a reason why I called it the
God.
football stock exchange. There's a reason why.
Oh,
crazy.
man. God bless America, honestly, in the infamous words of Don King, man. Because, like, only in America, bro, can you just be a cool person making a margarita and meet the guy that's going to change the face of gambling. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, only in America.
Only in America, bro.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
I had to.
And it's so crazy because people used to be like, yo, Don is so quiet, Don is this, Don is that. And I'm like, yo, Don is focused. If you're not coming at him with some substantial forms of conversation,
Right.
he's not going to talk to you. I'm sorry.
y'all
The
don't
guy's
have a
got
clue.
like it's 10,000 iPads in this terminal
Right.
to fix right now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And I'll never forget because
Yeah.
that was a period that changed everything.
Yeah.
It was and that's what I'll, talk to the wife about it all the time, talk to
Yeah.
the other guys in my circle that, if you haven't lived in New York, just from a content creator standpoint, from a media standpoint, we're on the artistic side, right? We're on the left brain side. So anything that we do, we stem it from inspiration. We need that. You're not going to come to a more inspirational place than New York City.
Thank you for saying that because a
Yeah,
lot
you can't.
of people
I
think
love
that's,
Maryland too.
I mean, dude, Maryland's amazing, bro. I
Right.
spent a lot of time out there, bro, actually in the DMV area, bro.
Yup.
Everybody knows, man. Like, I got kicked out of Maryland, actually,
Oh,
'cause
man.
I was turning up too much. Like,
He's out in Roseboro in
yeah,
DC.
no, I
right.
went, yo, bro. It was. I'll be honest with you. One of the most fun, top 3 times of clubs that I've went to that most fun time I've ever had was in the DMV area and in Washington D.C. Those bouncers were the nicest bouncers in the world. I never went to a club. It was the first time ever in my life. I must have been like 26. The first time I ever went to a club and the bouncer was like, "Yo, guys, enjoy your experience here." He dead ass said that.
Yeah, that's different.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you in the South though.
Yeah,
it's a southern city.
Yeah,
Washington,
it is.
DC,
It
right.
is, and I'm like, I like that. Like, I felt comfortable going in. I felt like like it was gonna be a good vibe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And people think that doesn't exist out here in New York, but it also does exist.
It does.
It's a different situation though. You have to find the inspiration. You have to read in between the lines, and
Yep.
you were able to accomplish that to a point that it motivated you to do what you're doing now, man.
Yeah, man. And just like we were talking about before the show, too often, especially our people, right? We get into a career, we get into a job, and we're just like, hey, we're making ends meet. Cool, we're feeding the family. But we got to want more for that. We got to want more for ourselves. We got to want more for our community. And this is me hopping out on the line, right? I don't have any investors. Now, I plan on reaching out. I am going to reach out to Kyrie's, Kai Ventures. There's some other venture capitalist companies that I'm in contact with. But if I don't get any, funding from them, I'm going to keep on going forward. And that's it. I'm taking a risk to shoot my shot, to have an opportunity at the quote-unquote American dream.
Let me tell you something. Honestly, I really don't think you need anyone. I think just patience will take you there, because you don't want anybody trying to bastardize everything you've built, you know what I'm saying, and try to come at you from different angles and try to take over your business.
real.
Like, if it's not a partnership, bro, where it's like you're still in control, if that's what you want, because some people build these kind of things and they just want to let it go and like, yo, here you go, give me my $100 million and I'm off riding in the sunset.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if you want to build generational wealth and you want to actually change the scope of America, you have to keep the control because you have the vision. Other people might want to just, bastardize the hell out of
I
it.
appreciate
And
that.
you know what I mean? I mean, that it's just the reality. I feel the same way about Angel of Words Entertainment. Like, I'm not letting this go. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, you're the voice of Queens, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to be. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And further on with the other ideas that I have. But if I don't drive the car, it's not gonna get to where
not
it's gonna
going
get
anywhere.
to. Like,
Right.
I'm not stopping off at the first $100 million. You feel me? Because it ain't even about that. It's not
Right.
even about the money. It's about spreading the knowledge and wealth across people that never thought that these things could be possible. And that's
Right.
what you're doing right now, man. And congratulations, brother. That's fantastic, bro.
So let me just tell you the end game, right?
yeah,
So, we got young black golfers, that's grown.
I can't wait for that.
That's
Can I
growing.
be the Latino on the Young Black Golfers?
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
always
we
the
already
token
got some-
Latino, anyways.
Look, it's already
It's a role I'm very used to playing.
Nah, we got the heavy Latins.
Oh, I bet,
following
that's what's
coming.
up,
Yeah.
baby. That's what's up. I like it.
So, young black golfers is booming. Pro Football Forensics is dropping August. And all of this, I wanted to fuel my next project.
Yeah.
So, and again, it's not really related, but I got to tell the people. So ultimately what we're trying to do is build the Baltimore School of Technology. I want you to know that's the absolute end game. So you've heard of the Baltimore School of Arts.
Yes.
Very prestigious. Tupac, Jada, all
I
the
think
greats have
Chappelle
been
even
there.
been. Did Chappelle?
I believe
yeah,
so.
Yeah.
So Baltimore School of Technology, very similar vibe, a place where these disenfranchised kids, young black kids from these rough neighborhoods are able to come and just learn specifically tech. If they don't want to go through the Baltimore City School and get the generic education, there's another lane for you. You don't have to go into this trade. You don't have to go into machinery. You don't have to go into, this X, Y, and Z blue-collar job. There's a lane in tech for you. And so what I'm envisioning is a school where kids were able to learn 3D printing, would be able to learn coding, would be able to learn, engineering through flying drones and all. I have a crazy proposal ready to go. But again, that's going to come because I want the funds and the capital that is going to be generated, the revenue that's generated from these projects is going to fuel that. That's going to be my end game.
That's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, man. I'm out here trying to get
Let me tell you, I've been preaching that on this podcast the whole damn time, especially with my boy Ray, the SEO expert that was on here, bro. And I'm like, yo, I can't believe you just said that, bro, because sometimes I talk to some of my friends, bro, and they're like, yo, you got to be an entrepreneur. I'm like, yo, bro, not everybody has it in them to be an entrepreneur. Right. Not everybody's on that bandwidth. You know what I'm saying?
Some people are just worker bees, right?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's also people that they want to have that job. They want to work in tech and then invest their money, because you could work, have a great job, invest your money, and make and live great and stay off the radar. That's what I mean. Being an entrepreneur is a whole different ballgame. Not everybody's cut out to be that way, but you need a foundation on it. You need some kind of education. And look what happened during the pandemic. Some kids didn't even have computers or Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Come on, my brother.
Yeah.
How are we supposed to live in this new modern world? You don't got a computer or Wi-Fi. There's kids that have Wi-Fi since birth.
But where did most of those kids live?
I mean, you know where they live, baby.
You already know.
What I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
And I love the fact that you're doing that for us, because we need that. Education to me is important, man. Especially this type of education. You're not gonna survive, Don, in this world that's moving and grooving.
No, not without tech knowledge. No,
there's no way. I'm even going to go back to learn coding and in the furthering education programs out in CCNY, because I feel like that's a skill I need to have. It's a new modern skill. If you don't know, it's the new form of regular writing to me.
Yeah, the technology baseline is up here now, whereas before you could get away I don't know how to get on the internet. No, you can't anymore.
No, and I don't want my people to become dinosaurs, bro, because we're going to get extinct. We're going to get more. I know,
Right.
But if there's people like us fighting for them to move forward, you can start a path.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We could start that path to and build those branches, man, so that people can get on, man.
So you said something there. So I got a post coming out, a little video clip with billionaire mindset, right? And basically I'm just talking about worker bees versus mountain climbers. No shade to either, right? We have worker bees. They climb ladders, right? They're at one peg, and they continue to try to climb that ladder, the career ladder, right? And get more jobs, more opportunity, more money from their family, but somebody's giving them that check. Then you have mountain climbers. We don't have a lot. We get on the mountain and we just climb with our bare hands and just make it up. Our ladder is our feet and our hands and the ledges of the rocks. So you have worker bees, and then you have mountain climbers.
Yeah.
We're mountain climbers.
That's a fact, man.
Figuring it out, making moves.
Yeah.
And again, there's nothing wrong with worker bees. You gotta have them,
investing money, and sometimes you invest money and it doesn't work out, and you keep saving and trying to keep moving forward, but being patient.
Next thing.
That's it, man.
You do the next thing.
Because hip hop and home runs started as hip hop and home runs years ago,
and it evolved.
And
you know what's crazy, Angel? Isn't this how all these millionaire stories, the Elon Musk, the Bill Gates, the Jobs, didn't all their stories start out like this? Bro, they tried something, it squashed, it failed. They tried something else, it squashed, it failed. The third thing hit.
Yeah. The third thing hit. And it started with a talent and a drive.
Right.
And I tell people, if you think you have a talent, just be consistent with it. It doesn't matter what the outside world thinks.
Have ambition.
Right. If you have a talent for being an office manager and an office thing, and that's something you love, go after it, man. Start a consulting firm if you want to be you know what I'm saying? That you could do that.
Right.
And start your business doing that. There's so many things that you could do where you don't have to be stuck just receiving checks from somebody if you're tired of doing it. If that's something you like, do it. But I don't want to hear you complaining when you have all the skills and all the ability. You know what I'm saying? If you're someone that you're suffering from mental issues, or you have a certain chemical imbalance and you can't physically and mentally do it, then I understand. But I don't want to hear you complaining when you speak and talk just like me, and you're not doing anything about your frustration.
Absolutely.
You know, and I feel like that's something that in the minority community, we need to stop complaining if you have the skills to do something. If you have a skill, make it happen. Save your money. You know what I'm saying? Instead of buying that Gucci belt with your stimmy check, start an LLC, which costs way less.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And and I'm thankful because it's guys like you that are gonna keep penetrating or infiltrating that mindset into people, because you need to be redundant sometimes so that people get
it's guys like you that change the platform, right? So what do they always say? Blacks, Latinos, all they know how to do is play with a ball, and meaning football, basketball, baseball. You know what I mean? And when you first started, you were covering sports, and you totally just opened up your whole spectrum to talking about financial literacy, to talking about health and sciences, things that are going on in our community, impacting our people. So the credit really goes to you, my friend.
Oh, I appreciate
you. You done expanded the whole game. It's not just, it's bigger than sports. Like
it is, and I feel like everybody talks about, we got to make a change. We got to have these conversations, and I'm like, hey, none of y'all having these conversations, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not putting in the footwork. You know what I mean?
Right.
That grunt work in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? You're not talking to people that are in the streets trying to help people with mental problems.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not out here with the community activists. You're not out here with the politicians that are on the local level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All this stuff starts on a local level, man. It starts within you, and then it spreads out.
Right.
And if you don't get to the heart of these situations, then you're never going to know what's really happening out here, bro.
Which is why I wanted to put emphasis that, yeah, it's all good. I'm trying to create an app. Obviously, I'm trying to create a new lane, create potential jobs for people in my family, create just a new level of passive income for my family. But ultimately, I'm still trying to get back to the community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before I was married and had a son, I was coaching out in Baltimore. Before I had kids, I was coaching other people's kids.
Nice.
I was coaching
Basketball?
Enrico basketball out on Woodlawn in Baltimore. I was coaching the Baltimore Stallions over near Pimlico. So this is I got a love for the kids.
That's where the Preakness is, right?
That's where the Preakness is. But you know, it is.
I
it
gamble
is
on horses too. You got to get the horse gambling out there, brother. That's my shit.
Right outside of Pimlico, it's still street. So just let you know.
I didn't know that. So it's a low income community outside of Pimlico.
Yeah.
Wow, that's insane, man.
Yeah, man.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
So you have all this glam going on during the Preakness,
and then after that,
so literally for 2 minutes. Out of the whole month of June or May, I think it's late May or early June they do the Preakness.
I think it's late May. Yeah,
late May. I'm like, really, bro? That's I had no clue.
Yeah.
I thought that's like a suburban area.
Nah, no sir.
Oh my God.
No sir. So yeah, I used to pick up a lot of kids in that area. When I was coaching football, I was an offensive coordinator. So you know, it just stays. You know, staying in the community. It's been tough right now because again, I've been grinding with the business. You know, got a young 3-year-old at home. You know, still working full time in IT. Yeah. So eventually I would like to get away from that and just be able to do my businesses full time.
Patience, baby, and you have it. I've always known you to have plenty of patience, baby. It's it. You know, if you build it, they will come. You know, the old adage from Field of Dreams.
You already know.
Well, Don, you know what time it is now, though.
What's happening?
Time to play 5 Words with Angel. Now, Don, on 5 Words with Angel, I'm going to give you a word or phrase. You're going to give me the first thought, word, or phrase that comes to your head. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. The first word is football.
Dak Prescott.
Oh, my God. I thought we got rid of him forever, you know?
Oh, man.
I hope he has a good
Dak,
season.
He got that money, man.
You know, with
he had
all
to
due
get
respect,
that bag.
you know, I know we injured him that game, you know what I'm saying? But I never like to see a guy go down like that, and I hope he has a great season, you know?
Yeah.
It's going to be probably to the detriment of my squad, but, you know, I'd rather see him healthy than not healthy, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, if we could just be better than 8-8.
Yeah, I mean, that seems to be the thing over there in Dallas. But we'll get to that later. The next word is gambling. What do you think about gambling, bro?
Pro Football Forensics.
There you go, baby. Pro Football Forensics. All right. The third one, the great state of Maryland. What do you think about when you think about Maryland?
Crabs.
Oof, delicious.
The crab feast.
Yo,
over the
everyone in the
summertime.
United States of America, if you have not been to that area, you got to go to Maryland and get some crabs. Gosh, darn it, they're delicious, man.
Yeah, that's the number one place.
Bro, those all-you-can-eat joints, oh, my God.
The crab feast of it. If you haven't came down to Maryland for a crab feast, Don't go to anywhere else for a crab feast if you haven't been to Maryland.
But check your cholesterol levels though before you go, for sure.
Yeah.
You don't want to go out there and your triglycerides all over the place. You know?
Right. Yeah. Get your nutrition.
You gotta get your physical done before you head out there. That's a fact. All right. The fourth word is LaGuardia Airport.
I was about to say the name of the company. Have we already dropped it? I don't even know. But
you can do whatever you want. We don't work there no more.
LaGuardia. I'm gonna say Ricky Smiley again. When I think of LaGuardia, I think of Ricky and my sit down meeting with Ricky. That was a big moment for me. So that's always gonna resonate when you say LaGuardia.
Yo, and that's great that people would actually take the time to talk to you, bro. Ric Flair spoke to me. It was crazy,
we
bro.
We had some conversations with people.
Craig J. Williams spoke to me.
And we weren't supposed to talk. Remember, they were like, yo, don't take
you think I cared about that?
We taking advantage
I work in this business.
Yeah.
Little do you know, I'm talking to them, bro. I need to pick their brains. I need to make these networks. If I ever get on, they're going to remember me. You know what I'm saying?
This little job, y'all can keep that.
People don't understand. That's a fact. You could keep that, bro, because it adds validity. They'll remember you down the line. Like, yo, I met you at because people remember those weird places. You ate at a sushi place at the airport. You think you're gonna remember that you ate at a sushi place at the airport? Yeah, you remember.
Yeah, Ed Reed ain't forget. Because guess what? You know what? I ran into Ed again.
You dead ass?
Yo, I ran into Ed 2017 in Baltimore. They had a banquet. They had like a town hall meeting.
Yeah.
And he was there and he was signing autographs. So we took a picture.
All right.
So ran into Ed again. I'm like, hey, you remember? At first he didn't. I was like, yo, we met outside the bar. Boom. Started talking. I was like, yo, you hooked me up with your Twitter. We exchanged, information.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, boom. It was love.
That's what's up,
it was
man.
Love.
Yo, Ed Reed is fire, bro.
Ed is a good dude.
He was feeling one of the shorties over there. We're gonna keep her name
right.
shout out to Ed. Yo, man. Shout out to Ed and Will NY. We know who you're talking about.
Oh man.
Yo, all right, bro. The last word is it's not a curveball. You know what I'm saying? It's my nemesis, the Dallas Cowboys. What do you think about when you think about the Dallas Cowboys?
Jerry
Joe. Whoa, what a great stadium. Have you been there?
Nah, I haven't been there.
Bro, I went there for the ERROL SPENCE fight with Danny Garcia. My whole family was out in Dallas, Texas, bro. They're all Giants fans that live in Dallas, Texas. It's insane. But my wife's husband, because she got remarried, he's an OD Cowboys fan, bro. So you already know there's been a lot of banter, a lot of fun. And I went to Jerry's World, bro. Amazing stadium. I've never seen anything like it besides Yankee Stadium, bro. Honestly, with like that presence, bro, where like you're walking in that stadium and like, this is like a cathedral, bro. Right. This is insane. It was like a religious experience, bro.
I gotta get there.
I'm like, bro, this is crazy what Jerry built. What a beautiful, bro. And the arena was filled with like 25,000 people during the pandemic, bro. Watching that fight.
So
Spence Jr. is a beast. I can't wait for that Pacquiao fight, bro. Oof.
He gonna mess that boy up, man.
Oh man,
you don't think so?
No. I mean, I do.
Look,
he gonna
get Pacquiao.
My mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yeah. Man, he's gonna get fucked up, baby.
Yeah, he gonna get. He gonna get
my
messed
guy,
up. Yeah.
He just who doesn't root for a 42-year-old guy still getting in there with young gunners,
Floyd
man.
just try to get out there, man.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, I can't even play ball anymore like I used to. This guy's trying to.
He's still out here fighting, right? Getting money.
Excuse my French, but I can't believe this guy's getting in the ring with ERROL Spence Jr.
Yeah.
Like, he's the biggest warrior. He won't be the best fighter of all time because that's Floyd. Unfortunately, Floyd's an animal. What do you think?
But he's going to be well respected, though.
Yeah, he's a warrior. To step in the ring with ERROL Spence, bro, like that's a great way to cap your career. Like, he's a beast.
And he needs to cap it after that. Don't come back out there.
I think so too.
Yeah,
bro.
I know he was trying to get
unless
some
he has
money.
a great showing and shows us something that and puts the 40-year-old. If Pacquiao even has a decent showing, he puts 40-year-old men back on the map. It's like, yo, you get to 40, you just think of Pacquiao. You're like, it's not gonna be all bad, you know.
But see, this is the thing, and so I don't know if it's just a heavyweight thing or not. But I don't want to see people end up like Ali.
Yeah.
Right.
Got you.
we watch Pacquiao, we watch Mayweather, we watch these guys. They got personality.
Yeah.
Like people, I like Pacquiao. Pacquiao don't have too many haters.
Yeah.
Just like he's a humble guy. He ain't out there really talking crazy.
And he always takes the fights that you want him to take. Exactly. He never ducks anybody, so we respect him. I think the whole boxing world respects him.
Yeah. Pacquiao got mad respect from the boxing community, but I wouldn't want to see him continue and then I'm telling you right now, 10 years later, that's gonna creep up on you.
Yeah.
CTE or any type of like
he's
mental
taking a lot of
diseases
hits.
that come from
Yeah,
that.
that CTE situation. I think you wrote an article on CTE, didn't you? And its effects. And what's up with that and its effects on the racial norming situation, bro? Have you been up on that?
No, I haven't. I haven't been on that.
Yeah,
No.
no, they're saying that black people are genetically predisposed to CTE.
Am I surprised?
Oh my God, what a disgrace! It's like, come on, man.
What's new?
God, just include us. That's it. Just let it go.
Right.
Let's start over.
Right.
Let's start over. I love white culture, bro. I love me some Matthew
Right.
McConaughey and his romantic comedies, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it makes me hard to embrace you guys when you don't embrace us back. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like chasing a girl that don't like you. Like, go F yourself. Like, I'm not going to keep chasing you down if
Yeah.
you don't want to mess with me.
Or when you hide the facts, and that's what
Yeah,
the CTE was all about, right?
Yeah, it's a fact.
It wasn't that many. It was 95% of the league was black, right?
Dr.
So,
Selby blew that up, right? I think it was.
Was it Dr. Selby? You know, I can't remember. I know at the time when
I think it was. I
the
don't
film
know.
dropped.
Don't
all
quote
that.
me on that. People don't hate me. That if the podcast wasn't about CTE anyway. So
Yeah. We just talking our sports shit. You know,
you
you
know
already
what I'm
know.
saying? But yeah, man, I can't wait, man. Where you gonna watch the fight at?
Man,
Where do
don't
you
know.
watch the fights? Do you watch boxing when there's a big situation going on?
You know, it really depends. If it's Floyd, I'll get on there. For UFC, you know, if it's Notorious McGregor, if it's Silva, if it's obviously Bones Jones, if those top 5-6 people, you know, I'll go out to a bar, I'll go to the friend's house and get the food popping and all that. But everybody else, nah, you know, I'm bootlegging streaming that thing.
Yo, I hear you. Now this is my last question to you. What do you think about that Logan Paul fiasco with the Mayweather, man? That fight.
So, you know, two aspects of it, right? So one is kind of like, dang, this is a mockery of this sport, right?
Yeah.
But we got to change our thinking with this because a YouTuber just made almost 100 mil from a fight with an all-time great. So who are we truly mad at?
Yeah.
That's the question here. Like, are we mad at his marketing team?
Yeah.
Are you mad at Floyd for getting money? Like, who can we be mad at? And everybody still tuned in to watch.
It's crazy.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, really, if I was a boxer, because there was a lot of, you know, fighters that were, you know, had negative tweets out there that was like, yo, this is crazy. I can't get this. You can't get this money because people don't want to watch you.
Yeah.
If you got on the YouTube and was acting a fool and had 4.5 million followers, then you could sell $100 million car.
Yeah.
But you can't do that. If you just coming on and doing the regular Showtime boxing interview, you got to give us more.
Yeah.
The game has changed. Content creators changed the game.
Yeah,
for real.
you know, and I'll be honest with you, like I feel like sometimes I have to be a little goofy just to show that side of myself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's like that's a dynamic that I'm always trying to find the balance for because I need more followers, but they're only gonna follow you if you're doing some kind of goofy stuff or engaging and doing things that are relatable to
or
them.
controversial.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, but I mean it is what it is. You know, my thing is like, you know, Floyd is such an amazing boxer. You know what I mean? My favorite of all time. And so many men wanted a shot at him that deserved a shot at him.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
You know what I mean? And not saying that you can't give everybody a shot. Don't get me wrong. And he's giving plenty of people a shot. The Maidanas, dudes that should have never been in the ring with him. You know what I mean? But my thing is like, yo, when you're helping other people that can build generational wealth on their own, build generational wealth, and when you could have helped somebody else that actually needs it, and I'm gonna leave it on those. You know what I mean, bro? Like, bro, like
I know what you mean.
You helping that faction, they good. You don't need to help them, bro. Find yourself another YouTuber out there that's more needy. Whose people may need it more. You know what I mean?
I got your point.
That's my issue. I love them. You do what you want, whatever it is you want to do. But I felt like, man, maybe we could be a little bit more prudent when we make these decisions with who. You know what I'm saying?
I just hope that. All I can hope is that outside of the ring, he's funneling that
I'm
cash
sure he
back
is.
in the kid.
I'm sure he
and
is,
I hope he is, right? But that if you're not gonna do it that way, at least do it, behind closed doors.
Bet.
So
yeah, you're right. Now,
Yeah,
Don, could you let everybody know where to find you right now before we end the let them know the skinny, let them know about the launch date, just in case people are just tuning in right now. And right now we're talking to Don Lilley, the founder of Pro Football Forensics, which is going to change the landscape in sports gambling. And my brother, please drop the knowledge on us. Where can we find you?
right. So again, on the social media platform, you hear me refer to myself as D Lils. Formerly from hiphopandhomeruns.com. The site is still up. We're doing some revamping. So if you want to go back and look at the old articles, you still can. However, everything now is at Pro Football Forensics. FORENCISC. So forensics. Pro Football Forensics. Just like CSI Forensics, Pro Football Forensics. Young Black Golfers. At Young Black Golfers, all one word. That's changing the game of golf. And then again, if you just want to, look at my own personal profile, that's hiphop_homeruns, all through IG. Same thing on my Patreon is going to be patreon.com/profootballforensics. Again, there are multiple tier levels that you can sign up for to be a part of my exclusive NASHAP community. NASHAP stands for the National Association of Spreads, Handicappers, and Parlays. I'm your guy.
Also, the golfer situation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let them know where to find the
at Young Black Golfers right
Just in
now
case.
on IG at Young Black Golfers. Again, we have our Master Green hats coming out in July. They're going to be they're going to look very similar to this, only they're going to be in that Master Green shade, and they're going to have the Nike swipe on them.
Wow,
So,
that's fire.
yeah.
Can you get away with that?
Yeah. Because who we're working with.
I don't
Yeah.
want you to get sued, Don.
No,
I want no
it's
derailments, bro.
No.
I don't have to go down to Maryland, fucking, start taking care of some
Yeah.
business,
It's just a Nike style hat, but the person that we're working with, everything is legal. But
All right, cool.
Yeah.
There's no copyright infringements.
Yeah, no
and
issues
of
with that.
nature.
Yeah.
Good. Now, give us a message, man. Give the people a message, bro, because we're all from humble beginnings, man. Let the people know that are listening to you. These cats that want to get into the tech space, or kids that don't have a chance to get into the tech space, and you just give them some words of inspiration to try to find their way there. Why it's so valuable.
Yeah, so a couple of things, man. One, find your own route. Don't try to copy what you see someone else doing, because first of all, you don't know what resources or what access they had to that behind closed doors that you didn't. So the first thing that I would do is research how you can get into the space that you want with no resources. Okay, doing it without getting extra finance, extra funding, whatever the case may be. From a tech standpoint, if you want to get into tech right now, there's two different lanes. You have the IT lane, and then you have the digital tech space, more like app building and so on. From an IT perspective, go after certs. Okay, there's a list of certifications: Security Plus, Network Plus, CCSP. Get all your cybersecurity certs. You don't need a degree. Get your certifications. That's the key gem I can give you guys. If you want to get into IT in a very quick amount of time, get at least 3 certifications. Boom. From a tech standpoint, it all comes down to, you do have to have a little bit of resources, a little bit of funding, because unless you know how to do coding yourself, or unless you're a developer, you're going to have to outsource it. But if you come up with an idea, put your idea on paper and bulletproof it. Come to your other, educational friends in your circle and have them throw darts at it. Have them really try to poke holes in your idea so that you can come back, solidify, and then reach out to a developer. Overall, obviously, stay true to yourself. And the one thing that I would want to leave everybody with is your rent here on the earth is service. Your rent here on the earth is service. Everybody pays a mortgage. Everybody pays a rent to stay wherever they live. But to stay on Mother Earth, your rent is your service to the community, whether that be through, keeping the earth clean, whether that be through mentoring a kid in the city, whatever the case is, use service as your rent for the earth.
Wow, that's deep, man.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. God, Your rent here on this earth is service.
It's service.
And you serviced us well here on the Age of Words
the
podcast,
watchword,
my
man.
brother Don Lilley. Thank you
Appreciate
for
you,
joining
bro.
us,
Always.
man. Honestly, everyone, don't forget to subscribe, share. Get the word out there, because we doing it here on the Age of the Words podcast, and we don't cap here. This is where your stories
No,
are
sir.
heard. Also, you can follow us on all podcast platforms for exclusive content, including what's coming soon, 40 Years in Single, which is going to be on my OnlyFans. Go to www.aowent.com. And if you want to check what I'm doing, man, on my social medias, at Angel of Word ENT. And donations go to Cash App AOWNYC. We were here with Don Lilley. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And we'll talk to you later.